Welcome to Broadstairs Life. Welcome to Broadstairs Life. Today I'm sitting with Danny, who's from the Community Payback Team. And am I right to say that you're the boss?
Oh no, I'm not the boss. I'm a cog in many ways. It goes higher up than me, that's for sure.
Right.
My job now, I was a supervisor for 23 years. And that's the time when we started doing the work at Broadstairs about 5-6 years ago, probably even more than that.
Yeah.
I'm getting old, and it's taken them 23 years to encourage me to go into the office to organise the projects and the groups and the men and everything.
So what exactly is Community Payback? How does it work?
So Community Payback is it's an order from the court. So as we all know, that the prisons are quite full at the moment. So the biggest thing that works for the justice system, unless this has changed, is that we get them to do community service, and it's also the cheapest thing, and we get them to go and work in their community.
Right.
So it's quite local to what they've done and where they've done. Yeah. Not everybody, obviously, because for some reason we can't get people to work in certain areas. And I think the last time I counted, I think it was 90% that the people who had finished their community service order hadn't reoffended again in the next year, which is a fantastic rate. It was 96, so I might be a bit off.
Even 90% is
it's amazing.
That's an incredible figure, isn't it?
And a lot of the people we have, I've never done bad work at school, I've never been to school and college and such things, and just the thanks and getting them into the environment and the good habits of showing up on time, acting in a proper way, teaching them how to paint and concrete and fence and such things.
So it's a life school thing as well, isn't it?
It's a total life school thing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, sometimes we have older people in the group and younger people in the group, so what we do is try and pair them up. So as the older, more experienced people are teaching the younger ones how to do proper life skills.
Which is actually an important thing, isn't it?
It's massive, yeah.
And do they have a choice in being involved or not being involved, or is it part of the community order that they get that they have to do?
As in, what do you mean?
Like to come and work with you guys?
Okay, the orders, there's different orders they can get. If they get a community order that can be from 40 hours to 300 hours. Right. My job now is to risk assess whether they're suitable to go and work in the community, or sometimes because of health reasons and other reasons, they have to go someplace else. So we also do office working as well.
Right. Well, what's the age range?
Age range is 18 to, I think the oldest we've had 73.
Really?
Yeah. Which,
so really
as you can imagine, it's quite interesting. It has its moments to try and mix them up. We also work in a lot of charity shops. Funny enough, I had one in Broadstairs just messaged me this morning to ask me if we could arrange some paperwork so they could get volunteers to go in there. Now we work in RSPCA, CRUK, Sense, Mind, all different ones. All the one at Pilgrim's Hospice, all around the country.
So it really is a big community thing. It's
a massive community.
Proper community work, isn't it?
So in the indoor project, we do make Christmas cards, Easter cards, whatever. Yeah. The bracelets, book binding, which is books that we can give to shops and they can sell them on. And all manners of thing we do now. And some people aren't able to go and work in the community because they might need a bathroom right to hand. They might be not fit to go out. They might have bad backs or whatever. But whereas before we used to if you had a sick note, that was it covered. But now they're saying now that if you've got a sick note, depending on how bad you are, for your mental health, it's best to get out and do something, whether it's out in the outside community or indoors. And where that's my job to risk assess. So whether they're suitable to do that, this or that, or we try them indoors. See if it goes, then go outdoors. Then the same the opposite way.
So down here in Broadstairs, obviously, lots of us who live here, we've seen you with all the guys and girls, and they're out there. So there's that visible side as well. Yeah.
One of the best things about Broadstairs is the feedback we get from the general public. We have done magnificent work here. We've done the clock tower. We've painted that 3 or 4 times. The bandstand, all the area around Victoria Gardens. To be honest, if anything you would look at in Broadstairs, we probably painted it. If it doesn't move, we paint it. Sometimes when it does move, we paint it as well, but that's another story. The same with the small fences. We've added a couple of little touches ourselves. The fences going up towards the tourist information hut and the metal fences going around the bandstand, we've actually intersected them with gold paint on the top, so you could actually stand out a lot more.
Oh, really?
Whereas if it's just black hammerite paint, it's just black hammerite.
So you've done something which people notice.
People notice. And the feedback. And the weeds, I know the town council thankfully now has got gardeners on board. Yeah. We used to always keep the weeds and everything down.
Really?
And if you look at all the fences, the wooden fences, especially around Victoria Gardens, I think we repaired most of them.
Really?
One of the big jobs we will be doing next week after Easter holidays is we also paint the walls to the beach. So people don't notice that, but if you're standing on the jetty and you're looking back towards outside the Albion Hotel or towards the lift, we paint them walls all the way down with extendable poles, which makes Broadstairs look totally different to what it was.
So is that the walls that actually face onto with the
walls that face onto the beach and the walls onto the promenade?
That's a massive job.
It's a massive job. It's a really good job.
Yeah.
So we cordon off halfway down and we paint one side of it, and the handrails we paint all them with the black hammerite.
I never realised that.
2 years we're now going again. All the benches is one of the biggest things we do.
Yeah. I've seen them restaining.
We restain them. We sand them down to a state we can. Yeah. And then I think I started about 3-4 years ago. So people have benches. I remember one about 3 years ago when we were staining the benches. And someone came along and said, "Don't do my bench because that's my mum and dad's bench."
Yeah.
And we've got no issues with any of that.
No.
And they come back 2 weeks later and saw the job we'd done with the other benches, and they're like, "Sorry, could you?" And then they sent me a beautiful letter. I said, "Can you do our bench as well when you're doing it?"
Yeah.
So we're trying to do everything in a 2-year cycle. So the walls to the beach, because of obviously the sand and the wind that we have in Broadstairs now and again.
Yeah, but it's a bit windy today.
Yeah, we do them and. It makes a difference. Even the something after your own heart, the lift to the to the beach. Yeah. We painted all them fences and the gates and everything there. And get rid of all the
you
weeds.
clearly get a lot of satisfaction from this.
We do.
I can tell just from talking to you.
One of the biggest things I said earlier, what the biggest thing we get is feedback from the general public. A lot of people we are people that have never said thank you to them in their life.
That's a big thing, isn't it?
It's a massive thing. Just a little thank you and speak to them. Sometimes I've got to speak to some of the members of the public and say they've got work to do. Any chance of
that's fair enough.
Only jokingly, but at the time, because it's magic, you can't get any better than that. I had a young girl, a funny story, I won't name names.
No.
I had a young girl, when we did the clock tower first of all, probably 4 or 5 years ago, she was under the benches painting, and she said to me one day, "Danny, I'll miss out the swear words. At last, when I bring my kids down to watch the fireworks, I'll be able to show them I've done something, and that'll be something. The first time I've ever been able to show them something I've done positive in my life. Really? Now that ticks every box in my book.
It does.
For what we do and what we don't do.
Yeah. Have you found that some of the people that do it have actually gone on to do jobs because of the skill they've learned?
They have. We also do first aid days and such things, and because they've got a certificate of first aid, I know people that have actually got the jobs. And we also do training courses now because we've expanded a bit as a company. Yeah. So 30%, if someone has 100 hours, they could actually do 30 hours online training. So if they're interested in getting a new job or changing work, they could do 30 hours at home alongside their unpaid work. So can't do it at the same time as unpaid work, but they can do it in the evenings. And if you've got 300 hours community payback unpaid
that's
work,
a lot of hours,
it's 90 hours.
Oh,
well,
really?
And all the training courses, we have people on CSCS courses and such things. They do everything, port with courses, everything, to try and get them back in employment. Because as they say, if you've got a job, there's less chance that you'll offend, which you know is the job that you had. Yeah. But it's just a good day's work out of them, and they enjoy it. Some of them say...
What do they come back and say to you, though?
They say, well, it's a reason to get out of bed, especially the unemployed ones. Yeah. We're supposed to do 4 days a week of the unemployed because of staff reasons and because of maybe the different courses they've got to go on, or health or kids and such things. We can't always do that. We do have some people do 4 days a week and bash out their hours. They actually say it's a reason for them to get out of bed. They will actually forward to come and do this.
Because otherwise they wouldn't...
They've got nothing else to do. They'll get up at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And like I say, they've got to be
It's a purpose, isn't it?
They've got to be in our office at 8:45. Yeah. They've got to bring their lunch with them. There's no going to shops or anything.
Yeah.
So it's just teaching them the good habits. If they've got a job, and I keep explaining to them, if you've got a job and you keep on showing up, say 9:15 instead of 9 o'clock, you won't have a job for a while.
No.
So it's getting in good habits.
It's a discipline, isn't it?
It's a discipline. Making your lunch, bringing your lunch, bringing your. We supply cold water and we supply teas and coffees, but we don't supply and all the PPE obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But it also teaches them to make the sandwiches.
Yeah.
What normal people do on their building sites or wherever they work. They take the sandwiches, they take the coffees or whatever.
So here in Broadstairs, just name it. I mean, I know it's going to be a big list. You were saying some of the places, I mean, if we start going on the front, how much have you done here?
We'll start with the toilets.
Right.
So we work for TDC owns land in Broadstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We get most of our materials from the town council, from Kirsley, the town clerk at the town council, and we also work for the Broadstairs Tourist and Leisure Association.
Oh, really?
For Mike,
so you're
Mike
totally
Hughes.
embedded in the Broadstairs thing, aren't you?
We've got to be careful because people keep on saying to me, because I live in Broadstairs, all I want to do is work in Broadstairs, but we work in Margate, Ramsgate, Minnis Bay, we work every place.
Yeah.
We've just done a big job at the shelter next to where Primark used to be in Margate.
Oh, really? Oh, that's just been done.
Which was fantastic because I seen over Christmas that the one of the town teams actually served food from that area. Now, a year ago, you wouldn't have gone in that area because it's smelling and it's
it was a lot of rough sleepers, wasn't
a lot of
there?
rough sleepers and such things. So we're not concentrating on Broadstairs. We've done most of the toilets for TDC in the whole of Broadstairs, in the whole of Kent.
Wow.
Sorry, not Kent, Thanet. We can start from Minnis Bay to Westgate Bay, Margate Seafront, down from the train station. Where else have we done? Ramsgate, we've done Cavendish at one stage, we've done the other places in Ramsgate, and we've also done the ones in Broadstairs. So we've done the harbour toilets.
Yeah.
I know people complain about the harbour toilets, but when we done them 3 or 4 years ago, they were.
Now they look good.
They were really bad.
Yeah.
One of the best jobs was the ones when it was COVID, and we did the ones on Viking Bay.
Oh, really?
So we were managed to. They were shut for the winter.
Yeah.
So we actually did them. I've got some amazing photos. The before and after, we painted them all upstairs, and they were a mess. I know TDC are talking about refurbishment. We've also done the ones underneath the bandstand. I know they're talking about they're doing them as well. I don't know what they've done.
Yeah. Because they've recently cut back all the bushes.
Which has opened up more work for us because we paint all the fences around. So whereas before they'd done the bushes, we would paint the front side with the seaside.
Yeah.
Now we're going to paint the back side as well. So we say,
because it could all be seen.
I said now the benches. So we've done all the small fences. 2 of the best fences benches we've done is the ones outside Morales with the both ends in the middle on it, the iron ends, and they come out fantastic. Yeah. We'll hope to do them next week.
Right.
We can't come to Broadstairs when it's holidays because they're just too busy.
And it's so busy.
So busy. So we'll be back on Monday next week after the Easter holidays, and we'll try and do 3 or 4 days. And just to speak quickly about Ramsgate, we also last year, and we're going back to that, that's what made me remember. When they did the commemorative for the little ships for Dunkirk last year, we painted all the benches and all the fences around the harbour.
Oh, really?
So we're back there this year. We'll be back there in the next couple of weeks because they've got another thing in May, which
so
is
you
fantastic.
Get it all ready, so it looks
so it looks neat and tidy for them to do. So we do. One of the good jobs.
You're sort of here there and everything, aren't you, in Thanet?
One of the good jobs is that spot on. People phone me up. I get the amount of scout houses we've done. We're in schools at the moment, at weekends normally, churches. We've just done Vale Church as well in Broadstairs.
Have you really?
So we've done Vale Church for the last 2 years. All the indoors and the benches outside and all that stuff. So we've did it all with them as well.
Did you find though that all these guys and girls who you were doing this, that they actually it changes their life?
We'd like to think so. We'd like to think so. I think there's a good percentage that get back into the work ethic and think to themselves, I could do something. Maybe I'm not useless. Maybe I can get a job, and maybe I could get out and pay the bills myself.
And they can refer to this, can't they? Say, look what I've been doing.
Yep.
And do employers sort of go?
We do have sometimes that people ask us or the probation officers for a reference, and we can tell them we've done. Some of the places we do, I get them to send a thank you letter for what they've done. So we'll give that to the people on probation. So as they could then show that to people who might help them get a job. I'm sure that we always do before and after pictures. There's never pictures of any of the people on probation in the photos because we've got to sign so much paperwork and we don't do that. We have done before. We've had them on TV and such things. But we do that as well. So as they've then got something to show someone. Instead of just going to an interview and say, I did some painting. I did some painting in my house. Don't get me wrong, some of them aren't very good, but by the end, they know how to hold the right end of the paintbrush, which works.
So if somebody's walking through, just say somebody's walking through Broadstairs in a couple of weeks' time, and they see you with all your gang of people doing a bit of painting or whatever, would you encourage them to come up and say, hello there, how you doing?
I do say, when they speak to me and say the boys and girls are doing a great job, I try to say, well, why don't you tell them? Thank you very much, but why don't you tell them so as they get the... I could tell them. The biggest thing we get with ours, if they haven't done a good job, they don't want to be told well done. They know more than anybody else. When they've done something well, they can say well done. It's like the other project, we're at Margate Football Club, we're at Ramsgate Football Club, we do lots of work for them as well. To keep them ticking over. So it's excellent. Manston Stables is another one of our projects. We're doing the shelters at Westcliff and Ramsgate. We're 3/4 of the way through them.
I didn't realise just how much
we do always. I've not got a list of the other things we do.
No, but I mean, it's huge, isn't it?
And the amount of people say to us, without our help, we also do work for the RSPCA up at Manston.
Really?
Yeah, we're wide and far between. I say lots of churches.
So it's multi-skilled, isn't it?
It's multi-skilled. And what you can do, and I say this to people as well, if you see a project that you want doing, you can go on the probation website and there's a thing called nominate a project. So you fill in the paperwork, whatever it is, that'll go to our head office, then filter through to whatever area does that work, and then we'll risk assess it to see. One of the other big jobs we do in Thanet is the alleyways behind people's houses.
Oh, really?
And we clear them, which what we're not going to do is take away paid work because TDC haven't got people to do that anymore. TDC send us a list of alleyways that we need to do. We risk assess them to see if it's able for us to do, and we do that as well. So it's massive.
So it could be anything.
Anything at all. Some of the best things are the small fences around the gardens in Broadstairs. They make a massive difference just with a coat of paint. And we painted most of the benches. There's a few metal benches that we painted with hammerite that were just rusting apart, and we fill them in. And one of the good things was Shandor Shelter. It's a massive shelter. There's 4 different bays. And what they've done before, when they've done the ceilings, especially like the woodwork, they just used eggshell. Of course, with the conditions that we have, it didn't last very long. So when we did it 4 years ago, the town council actually got us magnolia gloss.
Oh, really?
So it was hard to go on because when you're doing ceilings with that,
I was about to say.
But it lasts a lot longer.
That's incredible.
We get people, we've got locals like yourself and Ruth Baxton-Berry. If she sees some graffiti, I think the rule is with the council, if it's derogatory or racist or whatever, they've got to come and do it. But the amount of times we'll do it before they get to it, because a local person will tell me, I'm out walking the dog, I'll see it, and someone will say, by the way, there's something there, and we'll come and paint it.
It might be difficult. What's the best job that your group have done, say, on the Broadstairs scene?
I think the clock tower. I
just knew you were going to say that.
I like the clock tower.
It's very iconic, isn't it?
I like the bandstand. One of the best things that we did a couple of years ago, actually, at Piermont Park, is the fountain in the middle was all overgrown. You couldn't see the fences around the top of the brickwork. And my colleague Steve went there, and you can't go in the middle because it's dangerous and such things. They cut it back as far as they could, and they painted the fences around the walls, got rid of all the ivy, and now it's back to looking that it could be a fountain again. And again, if we calculated how many of the top half rounds there was. I think it was every 8 rounds we made that gold. So again, 7 black, 1 gold, 7 black, 1 gold, and it makes it stand out. So I think the clock tower, because that makes a difference. I know they've just spent a lot of money.
they've done the clock as well. Because one side of the clock had stopped, didn't it?
Yeah, that'd be.
And I saw the other week, we came and went, oh, it's working now.
It's quite interesting, especially when I was there. It still happens. The foreign students that come are always coming around and asking questions because they get a quiz that they've got to do with your gate, many benches on the clock tower, and you're and because we normally cordon off that area and we do the work. So that's the clock tower is probably my favourite. I'm proud of the Shangle shelter. When Andy and Steve and Jamie did the walks to the beach, I think that made a massive difference last year. People don't notice it, but even when you're walking down, they've sanded the handrails and you're not catching yourself. It's a massive difference.
So how long will it take to paint all them walls along the front?
Well, we start off
a massive job.
We're hoping to get 4 good days next week. I'll be honest with you, seeing the weather today, we might actually be here tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I've got to speak to the town council. It'll probably take a week or 2 weeks, but what we'll try and do is we'll try and bring 2 teams down. So 2 supervisors, 2 teams. Someone can work on the fences.
It's pole work with the paint.
It's pole work, so
it's long
extended poles, We're trying to get new poles.
We don't dangling over the edge on the road.
Oh no, we're not going to do that anymore. We used to, but we can't. They do suggest I do that, but we trust them to let me go, to be honest. On a bungee rope, it'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah, they just go up and down. Have you ever had anybody who's done the work with you and then they come back to actually work and help others?
We have.
That's a positive, isn't it?
Yeah, so to be a supervisor, I'm not sure if this is right or not because it's not happened for a while, but you can, sorry.
That's all right, it's fine.
You can
problem of being busy, so.
You can be clear of convictions for 2 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, it can't be a major conviction or whatever. But we know we've had people in the past doing that. We also did a mentoring thing a few years back, and I'm not sure what's happening with that either now. We've changed from being a government team to a private team to going back to a government team again. So things have mixed up in the last 6 or 7 years, and it's hard to keep up with everything. But they had a mentoring course, so ex-people in profession came back and spoke to them. And we have the same, the supervisors try to conversations at lunchtime when some of especially our younger members of our clientele say, oh, I'd rather be in prison. And there's actually sometimes older people who've been in prison and they're explaining to them, no, the last thing you want to be is in prison. Because the issue you have is that if you're in prison, 9 times out of 10, you won't come and do unpaid work again. So that starts up that opening way. So, but most 95%, 97% of people we have are as good as gold. You're always going to get your 3%, 5% that are going to play up, but that's the nature of the beast we play with.
But I must admit, whenever we've walked along and we've seen the guys and girls doing, they all seem as happy as anyone. You know, out there, especially when it's great weather as well.
It's like I said about the young lady with the clock tower when she said she could tell her kids. And another good thing we get, especially in Broadstairs, is the benches. People's benches, the people who died maybe not that long ago.
I was looking at some this morning. And the other thing is there's a lot of history with those benches, so a lot of memories.
We had the actual bench facing out just down from Morelli's towards the bandstand. I think that was a few years ago. There was a lady, probably about 70ish. She was sat there crying. So I just went over and said to them, are you okay? Is anything I can help with? Do you want a drink or whatever? She said, no, I can't believe the amazing job you've done at this bench, because this is where me and my husband used to always sit. And he died a couple of months ago. And you're just like, it ticks every box that we need. And like you said, most of them have a good time here. Not a good time, because it's still a punishment. But at the same time, they see something at the end of it. And that makes a massive difference to any job that you do. If you don't see anything at the end of it, sometimes it's like, well, what's the point? Whereas here, we know that people, and you'll know yourself, and the people of Broadstairs don't know, there could be 5,000 people on the beach one day. And we could have quite easily done all them toilets, done all the walls, made a difference. Maybe not everybody will notice, but we notice. So I notice when I'm walking the dog. Speaking about that, I've only got a couple of weeks to walk on the beach anymore in Back in Bay, which annoys me. But and I can understand that as well. Piermont Park is another great park that we do loads of work in. all the white walls around Piermont, when they have the memorial service and that, we paint all them, paint all the fences.
Brilliant.
It is hard for me to try and stay out of Broadstairs.
I bet.
And quite funny, one of our top bosses who lives in Brighton, they love coming visiting here.
Really?
Because they come and see the difference it's making to people's lives.
And it does.
We hope so. We hope so. We hope it does. And from everybody, just from the passerbys. And as I say, a big thing is the feedback. A big thing. I thank you. I thank you when you mean.
And
thank
if
you.
somebody has seen you doing some work and they had a chance to stop, can they give some feedback?
Yep.
They can go online and can they can say,
again, with that nominated project,
girls doing the work.
I have a lot of times given someone my card or given my email address and said, if there's anything you need to know, send it to me and I'll pass it on to the relevant people. Or on our paperwork, we have a form that we could fill in, which is a negative form but could also be a positive form. So one gets special feedback, the supervisor will put that in the paperwork, send it off to the relevant people, and that'll be fed back to the
What's the best thing one of the people who do the work for you has ever said to you? I know it's putting you on the spot.
One of the biggest things is, Danny, you've given us a reason to get out of bed in the morning. I didn't know what I was going to do. I've come here for 7 hours, and like I say, when they're saying I'm looking forward to coming back next week, it's our job.
So for you, that's job done.
That's job done. That ticks all the boxes. That's why we try to do projects like this.
And you can feed that back to the Home Office, and
we feed that back to everybody. So I send that to. We have a channel, an in-house channel, which is positive feedback. So I'll put that on. Whether we get last year, we were in the, I think, the newsletter for the Vale Church. Put me on the spot now. Ramsgate Harbour, they did a book of the little ships. There was a mention in there of what we've done, what work we've done to help them.
And do you feed back to, obviously, they have their own probation officers.
Yeah.
So when the probation officer gets good feedback, say, look, this person's been absolutely brilliant. They must think, oh, this is working.
You're right to
and
think
hopefully
so.
we'll never see them again.
That's what I say to mine all the time. So now don't come back.
Yeah, exactly.
We get the repeat ones, but that's just lifestyle that we deal with. What can you do? What you can't.
But the fact they come back and still do it with you, they could say, I'm not going to do that.
They know the option. They don't do that. It's this. As I said, this is the most. As far as I'm concerned, this is the most successful. I'm sure that's been proven. That to not offend, if you've done your year, if you've done your sentence, or your full sentence, to not re-offend in the next year is massive. Because that just shows that you're working.
And for you, and your staff,
and
it's a sense of achievement.
We do get people say, well, unpaid work, it's not a punishment, it's not this or whatever. Coming out for 7 hours a day
and paint,
or dig,
I was about to say,
or clear out alleyways, or painting.
Well, it's physical work,
it's physical work. It's not easy work.
And some of the people that you had may not have ever done any physical work in their life. Like everybody. So there's lots of people who don't do physical work.
It wasn't here, it was someplace else. I'm not sure where it was. Better not name names anyway. But they were painting a shop. Because I've also done that before. We also went into charity shops before they opened up.
Oh, and you
did all the work. There's a couple in Ramsgate that I've built stages in everything for. And they do that, and it makes such a difference to the whole of everything that they do and what they don't do. And they just look at it and think, well, And the probation officers, we have good feedback with probation. I've been a long time, I've been here 26 years now. 27 in 2 weeks, from being a chippy to being whatever.
Brilliant.
So it's all good.
Listen, thank you so much, Danny.
No problem,
it's been
thank
enlightening, and what I think is good is the fact that now people who can listen to this will understand what these guys and girls are doing, what you're doing, and then if they see you there, they can come up and say thank you.
The biggest thing to go back to is on the probation website, nominate a project. If they see something they want doing, nominate, because it's got to go through the right channels, and then it comes through to me, and then we risk assess it, and we see if we can do it.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
Does right. Sounds like a good idea.
Thank you
think
so
I've been
much.
doing this a while, wouldn't you?
Maybe. Danny, thank you very much, mate.
No problem.
Really appreciate that. That was fascinating. Thank you for listening to Broadstairs Life. You can follow us on Facebook and various other social media platforms, including YouTube. Thank you for listening.